Atamarie from beautiful Aotearoa, New Zealand. That is to say, good morning from beautiful New Zealand. I am Career Break Guy, taking a break from corporate life, and we are back with the some number episode of my Forbidden Lands by Free League solo playthrough, playing the City of Gold adventure by Per Holstrom. Apologies for this pronunciation. As always, thank you very much to Free League for sending me a copy of the VTT that I can play this. I do own copies of the physical copies of the game, digital copy of the game, bought the VTT itself, but they did send that through and I greatly appreciate it. So, where did we leave off? So last time there was a... we managed to find a way into this alternate dimension using the staff and a ritual amongst a Saurian village, and a staircase arose, and we travelled up it, and then we arrived in this room with a long corridor with doors stretching off it, and we started travelling through our little party of four. Orivold, the leader, my actual PC, Gemma the ranger, Halfter the warrior, and Ulfric the druid, who have all accompanied me in search of treasure as well. We carried on until we found a room, which is where we are now, thick with the smell of candles and soot. Inside of it there were some people, and they had flames for hair, for heads even. And as we were rummaging around inside of there, we did find a bit of loot, but unfortunately we kind of caught the attention of these flame-headed people, and they attacked. Obviously difficult to fight someone made of fire and flame. There was four of us. Thankfully, we managed to vanquish them, and so now that's where we're going to pick up. So it's early in the morning still. That's when we travelled through, and well, as far as we can tell, it's early in the morning. It feels like early in the morning for our party, because I haven't gone anywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up from where we were. So remembering the other things inside of this room. So there was obviously the flame-headed people, but there was also candles sitting on their own wax, which we could take if we wanted a light, or there was other exits outside of this back to the atrium where we had come from. So I think what we will do is we will take a candle just in case. It might be good to have a bit of light, and there is a entry here because this adventure is a pick-a-path type one. It's a really great adventure if you want to try a solo try of Forbidden Lands, and it's really reasonably priced over on Drive-Thru RPG. So as we go, as Orivold, takes a moment to recompose himself, and he goes and he looks closer at these candles, and he knows that they're all engraved with a symbol, and that symbol is, let's see if I can draw this. It's a circle with a cross in it. Looks exactly like the symbol on your strange sheet, and if you remember, we found, here we go, this sheet over with the Saurians, and that was one of the symbols. So where do we go? Back to there. So it's got that symbol on it, circle with the crosshairs, if you will. Now with this, as you pick up the candle and hold it in your hand, the flame goes out. Within seconds, the wick is lit again. This candle is an artifact. The flame will burn forever with a flame that does not have any heat. That's useful. It burns in airless conditions, even underwater. The length of the candle represents your life. Uh-oh. As you age, the candle burns shorter. If the candle is shortened, so is your lifespan. As long as the candle is lit, you are cursed. You can never choose to avoid taking a person's life when they are broken, even if it means that you break yourself in empathy, and you count as having cold-blooded rank 1. The only way to break the curse is to have someone else willingly grab the candle. This causes the flame to be put out, transferring the curse to the other person. Okay, so now Orivold is cursed to die. That's awkward. He never wanted that. He was kind of hoping to not be dead. I really wanted that for him. But let's just put that on his character sheet. Gear, I'm gonna say it's a tiny thing. Cursed candle. Size is tiny, it's an artifact, and effects. See, entry 28. Righty diets. But at least we have a light, at least. We also do have a busted dagger, so what I want to do is, Halfter being the... Halfter? He's a bit beat up. He's got three... Oh. I didn't mean to do that. I don't think he took in damage before anyway, so it's not going to make much of a difference. Main or Revolt. All of them. Okay, so I guess Halfter is going to take a look. He's like, hand me that knife, boy. And Orvold is going to give them the knife that he can try and fix it up. Orvold is going to try and assist him as well. Actually, they're all trying to assist. So he's going to be doing most of the work, but they're going to try and find him the correct some stones that he can use in other areas, just hunting around to make life easier for him as he's trying to sharpen this dagger which was blunted in the last session. So we're going to give him +3 because he's got his 3 people helping. No successes, so unfortunately he does not manage to sharpen the dagger, which means that lovely dagger which Orvold had found is still... well, still really useless. I guess we'll just have to work with that. Right, back to the chamber. So we've got a cursed candle now. But that's really all there is left in this room, so we're going to go back to the atrium. If you remember, this was a room, multiple pathways out from central atrium. We had gone up the east to a staircase, but then towards the south there's a brief hallway which ends at a metal door positioned between 2 pillars. There's a door to the west, and then there's also a door where we originally came from when we entered into this whole kind of crazy space. So I reckon this time we are going to go for the door up the stairs was a hot cross bun door. So we've been to that one. I reckon this time we're going to go to the door to the west. The door to the west has the Huffer symbol. Huffer being a New Zealand clothing brand. Or at least it was. Right, so west. So anyway, we push open that door, and as we enter this chamber, a radiant light greets us, enveloping the space. The door closes behind us, and its resonating metal clonk sealing our presence within. Stone pillars grace the room, but your gaze is captivated by a massive white plasmatic entity floating on the far wall. Within it, small black dots gather and disperse, forming larger masses. Nearby, a colossal black gravestone-like pillar stands, contrasting against the collapsed section of wall that unveils a ruined cityscape. Adjacent to the pillars, a group of robed individuals stand motionless in silence, their presence evoking an enigmatic stillness that permeates the chamber. Interesting. So it says, unfortunately, the clonk from the door was not a good sign, as the door has been jammed shut. Bother. While you ponder over how this could happen, a voice echoes in the chamber and you enter a state of trance. The discordant voice says it will grant you favours if you allow it to enter your mind. The trance wears off quick. The people standing here seem to be locked in the same trance you were, however. Perhaps they stayed here too long? A large tombstone is of particular shape and size. It also appears to be hollow as light from the plasmatic wall shines through its cracks. You can inspect the tombstone, and that's one of the entries. The people don't react to you moving into the room, and I can go and check them out. That's another option. The voice continues to make contact. Do you allow the voice to enter your mind? So what we might do is we will... what did it say it would do? It would grant us favours if we allow it to enter our mind. Now look, Orvold is going to resist. He doesn't believe in voices in his head. So the discordant, deep voice presents itself as Olak, the creator of death. And as it tries to penetrate your mind, you do your best to fend it off. To succeed, you must pass a -2 insight roll. Insight. Modifier -2. Good luck, buddy. Roll. Oh, he did not succeed. So if he fails, he penetrates your mind. And look at number 15. So the discordant voice introduces itself as Olok, the creator of death, and asks you to present your gift. Meanwhile, the plasmatic wall produces more and more black spots. Olok asks for a gift of flesh in return for one, and only one favor. The favor can be almost anything, but the gift must be of equal value. So a lock of hair will grant you restoration of a damaged attribute, finger grants skill point and a random skill, hand or foot might grant a physical item or infuse one rank. The life of someone grants you a new talent. So what we might do is... I think letting them know this, he will tell Halfter, who's injured, you can get some of your strength back, but it's going to take you something. And Half mentions the hair that kind of had that image, and Halfter's like, oh, absolutely. And he takes out the knife that he's got, and he is just going to slice through a large chunk of his hair off to one side. And I'm going to give him his health back. It's almost immediate. Everyone else, what are we going to do? He asked for flesh in return for one and only one favor. So that was Halfter asking for a gift. I think maybe Ulfric, our druid. No, he's not going to do anything, will he? Man, I kind of want a weapon, but I don't know what I want to trade for it. Finger grants a skill point and a random skill. I mean, that's pretty useful. Restoration. I think Orvold is going to... If a finger grants... Oh wait, if hand or foot might grant a physical item or infuse a rank 1 spell into a thing. Okay, so he's going to want a hand for a sword. I was thinking I could get a weapon for my team, but no, I don't think we will. Halfter will get healed up. I think we'll leave it at that. But now I think we will, we're going to look at this giant tombstone. So this tombstone is made of metal. A light knock on it reveals the truth that it is in fact hollow. If you try and pry it open, roll for might or sleight of hand with whatever tool you want to use. And you know what? Go on then. We've got that dagger. It's not good for stabbing, but maybe we can use it to pry this open. So we're going to roll our sleight of hand. I'm going to get two of the others to kind of hold the edges of the tomb so they can pull, and then whilst Orvold is trying to get in there and pry it open. Yep, boom, pops open. You only need one success, and that's what he got. So a metal plate falls off. Dunk. Inside the tomb stands a long, dried body of a 3-meter tall man. In his hands, he is holding a golden triangle roughly 15 centimeters wide. The gold triangle looks exactly like the Harry Potter symbol icon on the strange sheet, which is... have I still got the writing tool? That one. So that's great, we've got that. Back to Living God, and I guess now we're going to go check out these people who are taking a moment. So there is something peculiar about the faces of these people. In the corner of your eye, you can swear that you see a second face behind them. It's difficult to make out if they're even alive. Their eyes stare into the oblivion that is the plasmatic wall. Their faces and clothes are covered with soot and skin as dry as a raisin. They do not react to touch. Most probably they died a long time ago. Okay, so there's not much happening with them there. I mean, that's pretty much all that we want to... Oh, we can actually go behind the massive pillar. Hey, let's go there, see what's behind there. So going behind this giant pillar, you make your way behind the tombstone and pillar, and passing all these strange men, as a warm breeze hits you, as do the strange lights from the sky. Even though the sky is covered in black and grey clouds, it's penetrated by rays of golden light. For a second, you envision the city of gold in all its glory, white and yellow with golden roofs. but the vision quickly fades. Only ruins remained of this once magnificent city. What was in the vision is no more. In the distance, horrific creatures spread their wings across the sky, biting, clawing, then ripping at each other apart. The show of force keeps them preoccupied, for now. You shift your gaze somewhat as it strikes you that parts of the city are still intact. Several golden spires gleam in the rays of light that penetrate the clouds. It reminds you of the vision. With the city in ruins, your path seems uncertain. However, as you survey the surroundings, a ledge catches your eye. Below lies dark water, and from this advantageous spot you can study what remains of the city, plotting your course forward. So this balcony is not very stable. Standing here too long might cause this small area to fall apart. Seems to be a way to walk along the wall to the south out onto a ledge. Perhaps this is the way to reach the intact buildings in the distance. You look closer at the ledge as you peek around the corner and you see what you think might be a bridge. What about those golden spires? So far this place has been pretty run down and sure doesn't look like a city, more like a dungeon. Do you want to study the layout of the city, then head to this number. Otherwise you can go back inside, or you can take the ledge. We're going to go back inside actually for the moment. We know this ledge is here. We can always come back to it. But we're going to go back into the atrium and we're going to try one of the other doors. We're going to try the upside down triangle door. Which is the door to the south. So, okay, so this is a path leading down. The stairs go on what seems forever, deep into the mountain or whatever this is. The walls are made from tiled stone, but much of it has fallen in ruin. There's little to no light here, except the light shining in from very far away, and of course our candle that we're carrying. Life candle, cursed candle. Thankfully still burning candle, which means I'm not dead. Also the fact I can carry it means I'm not dead. Halfway down you come to a plateau in the stairs. They do continue further down, but to the side is a door. There's no lock or handle, only a triangular symbol above the door. Most of the wall and ceiling in this area have fallen in ruin, making the sky clear for your gaze. The stairs continue down to what seemed to be a harbour, perhaps? So the door has a strange rune on it, a triangle with a cross inside of it. Hey, that's the scepter that we found. Maybe. I mean, it makes sense. It's the same symbol. Same symbol, David. Standing on this platform and gazing across the sky, you feel a slight breeze from the dark waters below. The echo of feet moving across the stone floor disrupts the eerie silence. Something moves in these ruined stairs other than us. A wandering monster approaches from below. You still have time to hide in the shadows if you pass a sneak versus scouting 3 roll. Carved with esoteric symbols and runes, with grubs filling every hole, its flesh is merged with metal. So we are absolutely going to try and hide. Who's got our worst sneak? Because with these kind of things, you find who's got the worst stat and then they roll it. Because obviously if the worst person can't hide, then no one else can. Stealth 3, so you would roll 5 dice because it's agility. Stealth plus agility, you roll 5. Stealth plus agility, you would roll 3. So currently Halfter is our leader. Stealth plus agility, yep. Alright, Halfter, can you clank your way in your armor into cover? And we can't assist with this one, it's just he rolls his 3 dice and we hope for the best. Halfter, you Limon Legend, 2 successes. I did not expect that at all. Absolutely will take it. So what we see is, yeah, as I say, it's carved with esoteric symbols and runes, and there's grubs coming out of its skin, and flesh merged with metal. There's a strange wandering demon. So, I mean, we've only got 2 weapons. But what we're going to do is we are going to try and ambush it. So because we succeed in our stealth roll, we're going to go into combat. I'm going to quickly make up this demon so that we can create actor, City of Gold, monster, City of Gold. I got the wandering demon. We'll throw some stats in, that way we'll be able to fight it a little bit easier. 4 agility, 3 of 3. That's got melee 1, move of 1, so it's good for dodging. Scouting of 3. Oh wait, that's right, I need to actually roll its scouting So he's got 2 successes. Let's see if it can tell where we are. And then it's got armor and a bite. So anyway, let's do it scouting. If it gets more than 3 successes, no. Okay, so we are still hidden. I'm going to say we get the jump on it. I put it away, I really shouldn't have. City of Gold, Wandering Demon. Let's get in a scrap, shall we? Probably shouldn't try and fight with everything in this. It's Forbidden Lands itself is a bit of an old school Renaissance game, so you are more than likely to die. Alright, Oravold. Oravold is first up. Seeing here has no weapon, he is going to again kind of jump out from his hiding spot and try and get the creature to spin around and look at him. And whilst it's doing that, he's going to effectively help Gemma to attack. In fact, what we might do is Halfter might do the same. So Oravold and Halfter are hiding on one side, and then Gemma's on the other with Ulfric. Oh, sorry, Gemma and... Yes, okay. Gemma, Halfter, and Ulfric. Oravold. There we go. I've got it now. So Oravold and Ulfric, having no weapons, are hiding on one side behind some rocks, and on the other side are Gemma and Halfter, the 2 people with weapons. Gemma is going to switch her initiative with Halfter. Ulfric is going to switch his initiative up here. So we can just say swap initiative with Gemma. And then Gemma is going to swap his with... Oh, you know what? She's going to go there. Let's let Halfter, who's better at stabbing, stab. So anyway, Oravold and Ulfric jump out from one side. They make to look as if they're going to attack or something and get the demon to spin around. And when it spins around, Halfter is going to come out from behind it and try and stab it in the back. So these 2 are doing the help action. Halfter now is going to combat, attack with his dagger, but with the help of 2. Looking for a 6. We've got 3 6s. All about it. So his 3 6s. This creature, first of all, is going to try and... You know what, let's roll a d6 to see whether it has the ability to dodge. I don't think you're meant to when you're surprised. But let's just say that 5 or 6, that it has some uncanny ability that it knows that it can dodge. No, okay, so it doesn't quite figure it out. So it's going to be taken by surprise. All it's going to get is its armor to defend it. But as I said, it does have armor of 3. You know what, let's just put in equipment, armor, yep. Metal skin. And armor rating is 3. Which is actually pretty good. That's equipped. I mean, I thought that was equipped. Metal, armor, combat. Do I not get to roll that? Am I missing the button? Main, craft and supply. Nope. Okay. I tell you what, I'm just going to roll 3d6. Any 6s will reduce the successes. So we're looking for successes over 3. 3 successes to get rid of it completely. 1 success. So he still does 2 damage. Comes up behind. Stabs it between these plates. But this creature now is going to... Was it New Actor and not him? Wandering Demon. Maybe I just didn't change the name elsewhere. Okay, so this creature is going to spin around and attack at Halfter because stab, spin with it's got a bite, so it's going to spin and this giant maw with teeth. Some of them metal, some of them just look like something nasty. Like go see a dentist, my friend. But it's going to spin around and bite at him, so it gets bite damage 1. I guess we'll just roll melee. 2 successes. That's really unfortunate. Halfter thankfully has his quick action, so he's going to be dodging on this one. Roll his move. Get out of the way! Oh, cripes, or not. Okay, well, so this creature has slashed at him. He is going to try and take it on the armor, though. Oh, he's going to take 2 wounds. He only just got them back. 1 wound. Okay, so as much as he has stabbed at this creature, when it spins around, I guess his arm hasn't retracted fast enough, and it comes, bites through and bites him on the forearm, which is really unfortunate. But thankfully, whilst it's doing that, Gemra's going to leap out, and she's also going to try and stab this creature. And it has no more turns, so it's just going to be successes versus its armor. So 1 success, and the creature rolling armor, which of course is just 3d6. Boom, 1 success. Okay, so she leaps out with a yeah cry and swings, but unfortunately she hasn't quite got the aim of Halfter, so she manages to stab it down on this piece of metal. Again, the 2 lads are going to run around, try and distract this creature, feint in with stabs and punches just to try and get its attention to distract it in time for Halfter. Who is going to come back in with his dagger again, modifier of 2. Coming up with 2 successes, this creature leaping out of the way if possible. No, doesn't manage to, but is his aim true, or does he strike one of the pieces of metal? He doesn't. Okay, so what happens is that's enough to kill it. So the guys are dancing around, and the creature just starts snapping again, and this time Halfter just kind of jumps up, grabs it by the shoulder, and plunges this through a gap in the metal on the back of its neck, and the creature with a shudder falls to the ground. Grim. What I think we're going to do, though, is we're going to get Halfter to try and take it, or Gemma, I guess. Gemma's going to try and take it apart. She's going to get her dagger in there. And we're going to do a crafting roll. We're going to give her a +1 for the dagger. We're going to try and pry out some of these shards of metal to find something that can be used as a makeshift weapon. It'll be a dagger, effectively. Yep, okay, look, so she manages to find a shard, and she carves it off, and it's obviously not a dagger, but there is enough that it's got a bit of an edge, and sharpens up on a stone for a bit as well. And we tear off a bit of a cloth and just wrap the handle, and we're going to give that back to Orvold, so he's now got a functioning dagger again, which is quite fortunate because he really needs a functioning dagger. Oops. Just wanted to get rid of the 1. Close that. Orvold, combat, talent, dagger, gear, items, that's the journal. I want that one. Dagger, standard dagger. Right, there you go. Does not exist. I mean, does not exist. Nope. Why can't I take a dagger? That's peculiar. Surely you're allowed to have 2 of the same thing. What happens if I try giving it to Ulfric? Can he pick up this dagger? Was it just a bit screwy? Does not exist. Don't know what that's about. Okay. Orvold, let's just give you an item, which we're just going to happen to call a dagger. It's a weapon, create it. Oh, we're not going to, okay. How about, can we create a ornate dagger? Don't know what's up with that, but we're just going to say for the purpose of this, I've got a dagger there. I'll use that, and what about if can I put it on this one? If anyone knows what's happening, do let me know. Gear. Dagger? Huh, okay, well that one can get it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll delete these guys. Got them in over here. No idea. Okay, well look, he's got a dagger. You know he's got a dagger, I know he's got a dagger. We'll surprise the game with the fact he has a dagger. Okay, so we've killed this thing. Now I think we've acquired what we need to open this door. I imagine it's that scepter, really, isn't it? So we, to travel to other parts of the city, or travel to the other parts of the city is made possible by a bridge. We hold up this scepter and we kind of push it into this triangle shape, and then lo and behold, the door swings open by itself. So travel to other parts of the city is made possible by a bridge. The water below is unwelcoming with its blackness. The sky is equally disturbing, with winged beasts fighting in the strange starlit red veil that is the night sky. It looks like a part of the bridge has gone missing, as if it just disappeared. There's not a single trace of it except for strange black orbs floating in place of what would be the bridge. What could cause the bridge to disappear like this? The bridge is covered with rubble and large holes that we must avoid. So standing here gives a perspective on how big this place is. Exploring it will take forever. Who built it and how? As you stand here looking at the missing parts of the bridge, you wonder how to get over. Do you dare take a leap of faith? Only the penitent man shall pass. A successful roll for move is enough to make it into the other side, but then again falling means falling into the water. If you make the roll, you make your way onto the bridge and you continue your journey. Moving across the bridge takes an hour of walking, due to the rubble, and each quarter hour spent there you must roll d6 for wandering monsters, and on a 1 you attract a flying demon. So running takes half the time, but you must also roll move twice due to the rough terrain. Failing means you hurt yourself and take 1 damage to strength. So I guess maybe we're just gonna head back at the moment. I don't want to risk this right now. There's still more to there was already stairs going down, so maybe we don't need to go back into these stairs. How do we go back to where we were exited? So if you have the key, you can go back to the path leading down. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry on down these stairs in the last room where we fought that wandering demon, and we're going to go down to the dark waters of the harbour, being careful not to fall into the water because that just seems unpleasant. So the cold wind blows, you shiver at the sight of the sea as it reflects the red sky. The sun, or perhaps it's the moon, is covered with strange black dots everywhere in this. The ruins of the once mighty golden city taunt you. Gazing forwards, the sight of the golden spires gleaming with rays of light. In the distance, a boat floats, broken and battered. This boat may be the way to the spires if you fancy a swim in the dark waters, which you don't. Looking to your right, you can make out a large bridge that leads to part of the city. The safest way to access a bridge must be through the door upstairs, but you might be able to climb up to it. So the water is interesting and might be the way to other parts of the city. At some point, you will have to find a way out of here anyway. In the sky, you see the strange winged demons far off in the distance. One of them dives towards the water further away, grabbing something from under the surface, then making its way back into the blood-red sky. You can jump into the water, you can climb the walls, or honestly, I guess we explored where we had to explore. We're going to go back, and we're going to go back to that bridge. So now we are going to try and make our way across the bridge. We're going to move along it. It takes about an hour, just to be careful. And we're going to have to roll a d6 4 times to see if a demon finds us. So first roll, on a 1, Oh, a flying demon notices us. Nope. We carry on for another 15 minutes, picking our way through the rubble. Still no. We see them flying overhead, but we continue kind of crouching through the different nooks and pockets, and you know, at one point actually taking cover whilst this thing flies over, but thankfully we've managed to stay out of its sight. We're about 3/4 of the way across this part of the bridge now, and thankfully we make it the whole way without attracting their attention. Oh, sorry, that's if you make the roll. So we've got to do the move roll first of all to see if any of that even happened. I wonder if we've got... I guess we'll just start rolling our move. Hoping for a 6. Okay, he manages to make it across. Orevol takes a mighty running leap. Gemma, honestly not the person I'm concerned about, but... also, nimbly leaps across this gap. Halfter wanders up in his kind of more sturdy armor. Scrabbles a bit, but does make it. Ulfric is last. He looks tentative. It's not really a running and jumping kind of guy, but thankfully he's wearing light clothes. He runs and leaps, and unfortunately doesn't make it. Oh, that's not good. Okay, he's going to push this roll. Oh god, okay. No, so he leaps and tries to reach out. Scrabbles, just lands on the edge, Scrabbles. The party is not fast enough. He claws furiously, scraping his limbs, but falls into the water. Is it just that it doesn't want me to use these? Oh, okay. So, poor old Ulfric has crashed down into the water, and I think what's going to happen is the rest of the party is going to, for sake of convenience, cross back over and make it down. Can I just grab that dagger real quick now? Dagger. Gear. Oh, it's the old one. Okay, I'll work that out another time. He's got a dagger now. Yeah, so we're going to go back down. We've got to get back down to the harbour. Across the bridge. If you fall in... 44. So, with a splash, he breaks the surface of the dark waters, and rays of light have trouble penetrating the black surface, abandoning him in the watery void. Strong current seize hold of him as he feels himself being drawn towards the jagged rocks looming nearby, and everyone else is running back down at the moment. So, the cold wind blows as the waters take him off to a jagged cliff nearby. The waters are black as the night no longer penetrate it. The denizens of these waters better not make themselves known to you. Who knows what kind of horrors lurk beneath the darkness. In the distance you can see a bridge. Getting on it will be a challenge, but not impossible. A path can be traced from here to what appears to be the harbour far in the distance. This will not be an easy hike, but you fear the waters more than this. You pray to Raven that those flying pests do not find you first. With your heart filled with both trepidation and determination, you set off forth on your arduous trek, every step a battle against the unforeseen forces that threaten to consume you. The rugged terrain beneath your feet presents a constant challenge demanding your utmost focus and agility. So I guess what happens is he falls down, we see him wash up against these rocks, and everyone is now just going to have to dive into the water, try and catch up with him, because we don't want to leave him behind. Or do we? No, we're not going to leave him behind. He's one of us. So everyone crashes into the water, swims over to where he is, and reassesses the situation. Yeah, are you okay? And he's like, I'm pretty scraped up, but not dead. So that's, I mean, that is a plus. That's a real shame about those items. We'll figure it out though. So as you begin your trek, the haunting silences are interrupted by the distant echoes of your own footsteps, and occasionally mournful cry of the demons above. The landscape around you is a desolation of rocky outcrops and unforgiving cliffs, their formidable presence a constant reminder of the perils that surround you. The bridge, your beacon of hope, grows ever closer with each painstaking stride. Its skeletal frame stands as a testament to its resilience. Have you marked a certain symbol on your strange sheet? If so, you know the way. If not, you must succeed with a survival roll. Success means you find your way. Failing means you spend an hour walking. Okie doke. Who is our survival guru? I feel like it's going to be Gemma because she is a ranger. Survival 3. Oh, what is it? 3 plus wits. So she's got 6. Halfter is rolling 4. Ulfric would be rolling 3. Orvold would be rolling survival 1, 4. Okay, so Gemma, you know what? You're a ranger. Go do ranger things. Lead us this way. Yep, absolutely. So she manages to find this path, picking through these rocks, and although the terrain is unfamiliar, you know, her natural abilities and sense of where to go are really paying dividends. So it takes us to the harbour again. So now I guess we're just going to have to go back up to that staircase. We can try and rest, but honestly we're out of food as well. We're just going to have to try and... Oh, he's got... No, he can't heal himself. Ah, this is awkward. Okay, look, we're going to try and leap over again. Oh gosh, push. Oh god, okay, so Orvold goes to leap over and immediately falls down into the water. But then coming up for air, he's since found the path. He makes his way back. Ugh, it was awkward. But thankfully, at least Ulfric is going to try and heal him. It's, oh, that looks unpleasant. So he's got his path of healing, which apparently is in the items. Core game, spells, path of healing. He's got level 2, so I believe mend wounds. Nope, that's not the one I want. He wants healing hands. So with his healing hands, what does it actually do? So his healing hands, you can heal damage to strength or agility by laying your hands on the wounded. You immediately heal a number of points equal to the power level. So look, he's going to give it a extra point. Going to give 2 points and roll to see if he can heal him up a bit extra. Oh, and look at that. So rolling a 6, it increases the power level of the spell, doing 3 points of healing. And everyone looks on in amazement. The other two have seen this before, but just watching the wounds knit back over, the scrapes and the cuts close, and Orvold feels a sense of peace immediately. And he sits there and he's like, unfortunately, we have to do this. This is what appears to be the only way forwards. So with great trepidation, he is going to try and run and leap it again. And he's gonna scrabble for that edge. Oh my god, okay. Falls down, comes back up. What options do we have? Everyone's just gonna go back down. And again, poor Ulfric is like, okay, this is the last time I can do this. I'm gonna try and heal you. Oh, brilliant. Good man. So he manages to heal him for 2 points. Oops. Like, maybe we can get into the water and maybe we can get that boat. So unfortunately we're going to have to go a bit further in, not along the edge of those rocks this time. Oh god, so as you penetrate the surface of the water, you sense something is off. Roll for move as you instinctively jump out of the water. Or his rolling move. He's not going to push it this time because we've stopped being able to push, really. So he fails. Gemma, roll move. Yep, Gemma passes. Halfter, move. Orvald, you did so well before as well, mate. Yep, Halfter's fine. Ulfric, how's his reactions? Okay, so Gemma and Halfter, probably the two most accomplished fighters out of the team, they managed to instinctively jump back out of the water. However, Orvald and poor Ulfric don't. So if you failed your move roll, tentacles make an attack against you with 6 base dice and weapon damage of 1. The attack can be dodged and parried. If the tentacle hits, it has grabbed your leg and will drag you below the surface after d3+1 rounds. Each turn you can try to attack it as a long action or break free as a long action. Okay, let's make up a person real quick. We'll call it Tentacle. Monster, this thing has got strength of 4, agility 4, armor rating of 4. So we'll just know that we can roll 4 for it there. Combat, it has got an attack which is, we'll call it grab, gran. Which is, what did I say? It was 6 base dice with weapon damage 1, and it was a blunt. Okay, so it gets to attack. Swimming to the boat's no longer an option. There must be more of these tentacle things here. Okay, let's just say that we get into combat then. Or is it that both of them... Okay, so let's say we're in an area, whatever this tentacle is attached to, it's just the one tentacle. So the tentacle is going to grab at 1, 2, 3 Orvald, 4, 5, 6 Ulfric. 1, 2, 3 Orvald, because I rolled a 2. So this tentacle is grabbed at Orvald, and let's just get into a combat where... Actors Directory, throw this tentacle in, and let's see who gets to actually go tentacle. I think that's the way to do it. Get in a scrap. Start that again. Begin combat. So first up is Gemma. Gemma is going to leap at this tentacle thing, stabbing it with her dagger. She's jumping right in there. Let's have at it. She makes 2 successes. And this creature is going to... I guess let's give it the chance to be slippery, move out of the way. No successes, but it does have armor of... What do we say? Armor of 4. Oops, 46. So let's see if we can negate some of that damage. No, sweet. 2 points of damage. So she gets leaps at this thing as it's flicking towards Orvald, and just lands a solid slash down it. Tears a big chunk. Next is Halfter. Halfter is also going to pile in with his dagger, which he doesn't have anymore, of course. Dagger. Take it. I'll sort all this out at another time. Halfter manages to get 1 attack through, and the 46 of armor because, like, how slippery and slimy is this? No! Okay. 1 more point of damage to this creature, whatever it is. It is the tentacle's turn though, and it is going to try and grab at Orvald, who just was not prepared at all. Good one, Orvald. So let's see if it can do its tentacle attack at him, which he's going to obviously try and dodge out of the way of. So it didn't get any successes, but he has used his short action because I said he's going to dodge. you're actually meant to declare that before the attack happens. So he's used this short action. It's used its action. He is going to try and get himself out of the water, and also so is Alfred is going to try and get himself out of the water, and then Oravold is going to get out of the water as well. Top of the round though, Gemma is going to try and stab this thing again. She makes no successes, but she is going to push. Ooh, okay. Overexerts herself in the water, slips, maybe cuts herself a bit with the dagger, and the dagger is now ineffectual. This was the fancy dagger that she had. Halfdra is going to go on with his makeshift dagger that Gemma had found. Oh, that's right, because Oravold does have a dagger, doesn't he? Halfdra, much more successful. Being a fighter, not surprising. The creature had tried to dodge, however, no dice, so now it gets to roll 46 for its armor, 2 successes, and it has got 1 success. So with 1 success, it's not the blow that he wanted to land, but at the same time he does manage to slice through the rest of this creature, carve off the end of it, and it retreats back under the water. So we realise that swimming to the boat is no longer an option. There must be more of these tentacle things here, as everyone kind of pulls himself to the shore. But it was not all for nothing, as an amulet washes up on the shore after the splashing of the tentacle. 14 continues on the next page. This is the Amulet of Ghoul. A golden amulet with a green emerald lodged in the middle. The amulet grants the wearer an armor roll of D8 against magical damage. That's cool. The protection comes with a price, as it drains the wearer of energy when it defends. Each time the amulet protects the wearer from a single source of magical damage, roll insight. That cannot be pushed. Failing this roll means that the wearer suffers a magical mishap. That's awkward. Does anyone actually want to put it on at that point? He's got good insight. Insight. I mean, Ulfric has definitely got the insights to risk it. Oh, Gemma's got 3 wits and 2 insights, so she would roll 5. That's not bad. Oravold is beat up, insight 1, wits 3, so he's got 4. You know what they think? You're possibly the most likely to be able to withstand this, and also a bit of extra protection for you there. Ulfric doesn't seem like a bad idea. So we're going to pop in his backpack the gear Amulet of Ghoul, which is tiny. And I just copy and paste this text. There you go. Cool, so he's got the Amulet of Ghoul, which is actually going to be equipped. Now we're back to the harbour. Okie dokie. Well, this is... I think what I'm going to have to do here, I will leave it at this point. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to fix up these character sheets. Thankfully I've got all these clips that I can just go back through and see what I typed in different places to get all their gear back to normal. And our party, yeah, we're finding ourselves at the edge of this water. Maybe we're going to have to try and find some rope or something so that we can help each other across on that leap. But regardless, the party's going to take a break, and I'm glad that you took a break with me. It's important to look after yourselves. So, thank you for stopping by. Look after yourselves, and I certainly hope to catch you next time here on Career Break Guy. Have a good one.